The following is a sports broadcast presentation of TV 10 Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school volleyball, featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference and the Musselman Applemen. Today's play-by-play coverage is being brought to you by
the Marius Group. Start planning for a brilliant future. The Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. D&D Meats at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. Anthony's Pizza. Nobody does it better. Dave Pippenbrink State Farm Insurance. Call 304-229-0029 today. Panhandle Dumpsters, because you have a choice. PanhandleDumpsters.com. Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer. My Bank First United. Bank Local. And by Appalachian Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality meets comfort.
Standing by is our TV 10 broadcast team. Let's head to the court and get today's pregame show and play-by-play coverage underway.
And a very pleasant good evening across the Eastern Panhandle, wherever you may be tuning in. Welcome into West Virginia High School Volleyball. It's TV 10 coverage of the Region 2 Section 1 sectional tournament. We are at Musselman High School, and it is Hedgesville taking on the Musselman Applemen. Matt Crawford here with you, along with Phil McCoy and John Alderton. Eric Sterrick is back at the studio. Zach Van Meter is our TV 10 cameraman. Well, Phil, we were here on Tuesday and saw a dominant performance by the Musselman Applemen, and you're hoping to see that same type of effort, same result happen here tonight, although at the end of the day, this is not a do-or-die type game, even though it is in the playoffs.
No, absolutely not. It's these two, both of these teams will be back here Saturday for the region championship as well. However, there is some, you got pride on the line. You look up there at the banners, the sectional championships, they both want that. And it's kind of a neat narrative that it presents, because they can really just open up and play. The pressure's gone for both teams, because they know, regardless of what happens, they're going to be back here Saturday, in all likelihood, playing again for the region championship, and which will then send them down to Charleston. So you'll see a lot of people here tonight. You're going to see a lot of emotion. You're going to see a lot of intensity. Musselman's going to want to get that taste out of their mouth. The win against Martinsburg did not get the taste out of their mouth from the loss to Hedgesville, and Hedgesville wants to prove that that's not a fluke, so I'm really excited about tonight.
Looking forward to it. These are two teams that we have seen recently. Saw them just a little over a week ago, and it was our last regular season action between these two schools in the regular season. It was the last game of the regular season for Hedgesville, and for Musselman, they had one more after that match, but it was really the last that you were going to see. So hopefully we saw a phenomenal one then. It was a 5-set thriller between these two programs, and I know that was it had the feel to it that it was a playoff match, even though it was just the regular season.
Yeah, and you get that almost every time these two meet up with each other, especially this late in the year. Hedgesville had the same thing. Tuesday night against Spring Mills. They had a really tough match. It went 5. They had to come back from 2-1 to even be here tonight. So they were on the brink of extinction, and came back and won the consecutive sets to finish Spring Mills off. So, and it's kind of sad to see Spring Mills season done, because they're having such a good year. And in a way, you really wish that we could send 3 representatives from the area down to the tournament, because I believe that they deserve it. But Hedgesville, they've had 2 tough 5-set matches of both times they were out, so they're not going to give up. We saw that last week, and we saw that against Spring Mills just the other night.
Looking forward to this one. Musselman on the court right now getting in their warm-ups, and we are just about halfway through this warm-up, this 20-minute warm-up period. So let's go ahead and take our first break here of the pregame show. Going to make it a 90-second timeout. When we come back, we will start to break down this a little bit more, take a look at some keys to this match and what each is going to need to do to try to bring home a regional or a sectional championship going into the regional round coming up in just a few days. Back in 90 seconds, this is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
He is the most interesting jeweler in the world. Celebrities ask for his autograph. When buying diamonds, experts ask him what they're worth. He once counted to infinity twice. He has his own astrological sign.
I may not sell every customer that comes into Bechtel Jewelers, but on the rare occasions when I don't, they often wish I had. Stay brilliant, my friends.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. We are at Musselman High School, and it is the sectional championship between the Musselman Applemen and the Hedgesville Eagles. Looking forward to this one as Musselman finishing up their warm-ups here in just a few minutes, and then it'll be Hedgesville getting in their warm-ups. Well, you want to be playing your best, no matter what sport it is, you want to be playing your absolute best at this point of the season. And Phil, you and I had a chance to talk on our weeknight talk show Miller Time earlier in the day, and I made the comment that of all of the matches we covered this year, the best that I've seen this Appleman team play was the last time out Tuesday against Martinsburg.
Yeah, after the first set, they absolutely, the first set they were a little bit rusty. Now they're getting back to their 6-2 offense. So one key tonight for Musselman, and if you remember last week against Hedgesville, Musselman had a difficult time blocking Hedgesville's outsides when they were in a rotation when the setter was up front. So now Caroline Shipley's back. Musselman's able to go back to a 6-2. Now, while Caroline's not playing up front like she did at the beginning of the year, Addison Walker will be playing the opposite position. Caroline's setting again, and they have someone with a little bit more height, someone that's more accustomed to blocking for Musselman, so they can put up a little bit more pressure, a little bit more resistance to Hedgesville's outside. So that's going to be a key for Musselman for how that works. And the key for Hedgesville is kind of to do the same thing that they did the last time they played. They stayed aggressive even after the first set. Last week it was Musselman had blown them out in the first set, and Hedgesville came storming right back. So it's going to be important for Hedgesville to keep that same mentality, although they may see a little bit more resistance than they did the last time.
For this Hedgesville team, it has been tight battles throughout, and even looking at the first round of the Region 2 Section 1, really the semifinals here of the sectional round. It took them and Spring Mills to go 5 sets, and this is a Hedgesville team that had to come back in the 4th and 5th set. They were down 2-1 going into set number 4, and you made the correct call. You said as we were signing off that if Hedgesville could come out and get the win in that 4th set, that you really thought that they were going to take that 5th set, and that's exactly how it played out.
Yeah, they had the momentum going into the 5th set, and it kind of goes to the character of Hedgesville's volleyball team. As you've seen them down, we saw them down against Musselman down 1-0, and they came back to win that. They were down 2-1 against Spring Mills, and remember, Spring Mills beat them earlier in the year 3-1, so they split during the regular season. So I knew that would be a battle. But you have to give them a lot of credit for their resilience, because one bad set, that's a good thing about volleyball. You know, football, if you go down 28-0, your game's pretty much over. But in volleyball, you could get blown out in one set, and you erase all that, and you move on to the next set. And that's what they've done. We've seen it happen in their last 2 matches.
Looking forward to this one. What do you see for keys for both of these teams? Let's start with Hedgesville, as again, we're seeing 2 of the best teams, not only in the section, the region, but across the entire Mountain State and AAA. What does Hedgesville need to do to take home this sectional title?
Well, the what always butters Hedgesville's bread is the Yates sisters. You got Mackenzie and Skylar Yates, and they're quite powerful up front. And one of the keys that we had said last time that they had played, they needed to get someone else involved, and they did to a point. But the Yates sisters were the ones that were really dominant and kind of brought that home for them against Musselman last time. So, of course, you've got to keep them going. But I still say you need to get someone else involved at some point, like we saw with Danica Faircloth and Musselman against Martinsburg. You got to get someone involved at some point that can score the volleyball. And for Hedgesville, that's always been Kelsey Turbin. So I think getting Kelsey Turbin going is going to be really important for them too.
For the Musselman Applemen, what do you see that they need to do to piggyback off of what they did Tuesday and add another volleyball banner to the big wall of sectional champions here at Klein Court?
Well, again, although it's the same offense that they've always ran, for Musselman, it's going to be important for them to get Addison Walker and Caroline Shipley. Those two are going to be a huge key because they're kind of new to this offense. Even though Caroline started the season playing all the way around, now she's splitting a little bit of time with Addison due to her ankle injury. But it's going to be important. They've got huge roles because that's where Musselman was kind of short last time they played. It was a little bit from the blocking standpoint in the 5-1. So now that they're running a 6-2, it's going to be big that Addison have a presence. She had a presence against Martinsburg the other night. Remember, she blocked a few out, and we say, hey, look, she blocked it out, but in the mind of the hitter, there's someone there. It lingers on them. It's like a wide receiver getting hit over the field. They may catch the ball, but the next time they go to catch it, they're going to remember that shot. So really important defensively for Musselman to keep putting up a block. And as always for Musselman, it's the passing. If you get a good pass, you're going to get a good set. And Musselman's got the horses to swing, and they can go all the way around. There's no one up there on the front row for Musselman that can't hit the volleyball, and they'll keep them involved.
There are the keys to this one. We're going to go ahead and take one more 90-second break, and when we come back, we will take a look at some players to watch, although we kind of alluded to that a bit earlier. So we'll take a look at some players to watch and also take a look at these rosters. We'll have the national anthem, and then we are just 4.5 minutes away from action here in the sectional final, Region 2, Section 1. Back in 90 seconds, this is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
He is the most interesting jeweler in the world. Celebrities ask for his autograph. When buying diamonds, experts ask him what they're worth. He once counted to infinity twice. He has his own astrological sign.
I may not sell every customer that comes into Bechtel Jewelers, but on the rare occasions when I don't, they often wish I had. Stay brilliant, my friends.
Welcome back into Klein Court. 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes until we are going to get the rosters for each of these teams, get the national anthem. I'm guessing, once again, it'll be sung by Haley James. Does a fantastic job here all season long doing that. And then we are ready for action. So, Phil, you mentioned the Yates sisters, and again, that was front and center for both matches we've seen between these two teams this year. But is there anybody else on that Hedgesville side that you think is going to be an outlier? I know last match that we saw Danica Faircloth, while she's been productive all year, really went above and beyond those expectations and had a fantastic match. Is there anybody on that Hedgesville side that you could see having that kind of an impact?
Yeah, Kelsey Turbin, she's a senior. She's been here, done that. She's been a part of these battles for quite some time. So this is nothing new to her, and I would expect that she would step up and have quite the game tonight. Emily Neely for Hedgesville as well, back there on the back row passing. You know, this all starts with the pass, and those guys, those girls back there passing, the liberos and the defensive specialists don't get a lot of credit. But if they don't give the proper pass, all these fun plays we get to watch and ooh and ah over when we say, hey, they put a hole in the floor and we chant Hammer Howard. If it wasn't for the passers, those would never happen. So those two for Hedgesville is going to be really, really important.
Now let's go to that Musselman side. Who do you see from them having to have that big game? I mean, I know Hannah Howard had a productive evening on Tuesday, but really wasn't the same Hannah Howard we were accustomed to seeing all season long, which is saying a lot. It's just a freshman.
Yeah, she is but she's kind of the one that makes them go a lot of times with. She gets going and the bench gets going and so forth. But like I said before, Musselman's got 6 girls that they can roll in at any point. There is not one that you can say, hey, this girl can't hit the ball. We want to make sure that we keep the ball away from her. But for Musselman, I think when they get Sadie Wright going right there in the middle, and as I said before, in my opinion with what I've seen around the state, she very well may be the best middle in the state. But when they get her going and they get her the ball, she is close to unstoppable. She just gets up that much higher over everybody else and hits the ball straight down, and she's got great placement. So I think it's important to get Sadie Wright going. And just like before with Danica, we saw Danica Faircloth, how hard she hits the ball. Now, it's not always easy to set those opposites. It takes a really good pass. It takes a really good set as well. So those aren't the easiest sets in the world. But if they can get her the ball, get her involved, she can put the ball down. So for them, and as always, just like we said on the Hedgesville side with Emily Neely, Madigan Faircloth, and Haley James, who probably will come sing the national anthem, they've got nerves of steel. So it's really important for these passers and the liberos, if they make a mistake, just to move on. And I think both teams have those. If they get aced once or they make a bad pass, they just kind of put it behind them and keep moving. Those girls have got nerves of steel.
All right, well, you just heard that final buzzer for the warm-up period end. So it is time for both teams to be introduced, and we will do the exact same thing here. It is the Hedgesville Eagles taking on the Musselman Applemen. Let's start with the Hedgesville Eagles. Number 1 is Kaylin Haught. Number 2 is Emily Neely. Number 3 is Skylar Yates. Number 4, Mackenzie Yates. Again, those are 2 players that we would expect to have very big evenings tonight. Number 5, Tamika Adams. She had a very good match last Tuesday up on that front line. Emma Sabora will wear number 6 and is a sophomore. Sadie Everhart, a sophomore. And number 8 will be Kelsey Van Dyne, just a freshman. Number 9, Dylan Ruest is a junior. Number 10, Claire Hawk is a freshman. 11 is Danica Props, a sophomore. Number 12 is Kelsey Turbin, another player to watch here in this one. She is a senior. Number 13, the libero, will be Gracie Gum. Number 14 is Paisley Miller and is a freshman. And we saw last week number 7 was Paige Richmond. It looks like we will have that exact same thing tonight. So 7 will be Paige Richmond. For the Musselman Applemen, led by head coach Sean Marks. Number 2, junior Faith Ketterman. Number 3, senior Danica Faircloth. Number 4 is freshman Hannah Howard. 5 is freshman Addison Walker. 6, senior Haley James. 7, freshman Addie Miller. 8 is junior Abby McCoy. 9 is the libero for Musselman, a sophomore Madigan Faircloth. Lena Rainey is a senior wearing number 11. Caroline Shipley, number 14, is a sophomore. Number 17 will be Sadie Wright, the sophomore. And Bella Hutzler, wearing number 25, is just a freshman. And there are both of your lineups as they finish them here at Klein Court. We are going to keep it here, as always, for the national anthem as Haley James does come over, and she will sing our national anthem here this evening. So we'll keep it here as senior Haley James leads us in the national anthem.
Stripes and
Senior Haley James with the national anthem here at Klein Court, and we are just about ready for action again. It is the sectional final between the Musselman Applemen as they host the Hedgesville Eagles. On the other side of the region tonight, it'll be Hampshire and the Washington Patriots. And after seeing everybody but Hampshire, so 2 of the 3 teams in that other section, Phil, you and I both said that we kind of expected Jefferson to be the team to be the favorite in that section, and that is why you come out and play the game, right? Because it's not one on paper.
Absolutely, and as the year went on, I think Jefferson and Washington split a few, but I kind of thought watching the 2 teams, I thought Jefferson had a little bit more firepower. So congratulations to Washington, and we'll see them here on Saturday.
Both teams getting last-second instructions from the benches and now are out on the floor. We will get the rotations rather, for this evening. As Musselman still, I think you called more of a hype circle than anything.
Yeah, they got a little prayer going on in there. It's a tradition they've done for a few years now.
Again, this is not foreign to this Musselman team and not foreign to this Hedgesville team either. These are the 2 teams that year after year, it's really more of a surprise when they're not the ones going down to the southern part of the state for the state tournament.
Yeah, and it's, not long ago it was the only interruption was when Martinsburg went down and actually played Musselman in the state championship. And not to beat a dead horse, but we got a lot of good volleyball teams around here. Just the other night we saw the number 11 team go down with Martinsburg. So a lot of people would argue that 4 local teams could get there.
Our rotations are set, and it will be Musselman serving first, and it will be Abigail McCoy. So waiting for that official ball to get in. As there it is, and again it'll be Abby McCoy on the serve as we are just about ready for action here at Klein Court. Good crowd on hand tonight, and you would expect nothing less between these 2 programs. And to start it off for Musselman, it's an ace for McCoy.
Yeah, that's exactly how they'd want to start the game right there. They're going to find their spots defensively, and they're going to go at them.
So it'll be 1 serving 0. McCoy again on the serve. This one is going to be returnable for Hedgesville. Good strong swing by Skylar Yates to get it over. And then on the return, not able to send it back over the net will be the Appleman point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, that passer setter couldn't quite get there. It was, it may have been a little bit tight. That was something they probably should have dug up or used their hands to get up in the air. But 1-1 here early.
1 serving 1, Paige Richmond on to serve for the Eagles. To the back line, Haley James, the pass up to the front, set by Shipley. Right there is Hannah Howard with the tip, does get over, but it's going to be a point. Musselman, what'd you see, Phil?
Looks like they called him in the net. I see the net moving. I can't say that I saw it as I was watching the ball, but I guess someone was in the net up on the block.
Sadie Wright on to serve. It's 2 serving 1 here for Musselman. And here is the serve for Wright. I said here for Richmond. Yates, the strong swing. Sadie Wright right there to start the return. And a free ball over from Hannah Howard. See what Hedgesville can do with this one. Set for Richmond. A strong swing in the back line. That was Turbin. And great job running it down for Sadie Wright, but not able to keep it in bounds. Addie Walker sending it over. Goes out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville.
That was all started by a great set by Richmond. And we've talked a lot about Musselman's freshmen, and they've got 3 out on the floor right now. Actually, I know they got 2 out on the floor right now, but Paige Richmond's a freshman herself.
Serve here for Skylar Yates, and that's going to be an ace for Yates as Haley James went to the side to try to keep that one in and really just never made contact with the volleyball.
No, I think she thought that was out and tried to dodge it there at the last moment, but it grabbed the line.
Serve again here for Skylar Yates. It's 3 serving 2, and now 3-3. We are tied up here in set 1 following the serve air. Rotation here is coming in is Danica Fairclough. Coming in for Caroline Shipley. Also coming in is Bella Hutzler for Addie Walker. Serve for Bella Hutzler, 3 serving 3. It's going to have to be a free ball to actually make that a good dig for Madigan Faircloth. Set here by Hutzler. Strong swing at the net by Danica Faircloth. It's deflected on the other side of the net, but ends up out of bounds. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get Faircloth involved early just to keep her on a roll as she was the other night against Martinsburg.
4 serving 3 and make that 4-4 each time. So far here in the match that somebody has managed to get a point advantage. It seems like it's fouled immediately by a serve error, tying things right back up.
Yeah, no runs early on. You see a lot of intensity, there's a lot of energy in the building right now.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve. Pass here, set by Hutzler. Hannah Howard with a strong swing but blocked at the net by Tamika Adams. Point, Hedgesville. They regain the lead 5-4.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of front row players for Hedgesville, but we didn't bring up anything about Tamika Adams and Claire Hawk there. That was a really good block and a good timed block as well.
Turbin on the serve. Set here for Hutzler coming in. Trying to tip it over is Hannah Howard. Not the best bump set on the far side. Trying to get it back across the court to Hannah Howard. And that's a point. Hedgesville, they're out in front 6-4 here in set 1.
I think there's a bit of overcompensation there by Isabella Hutzler. Is that one of the sets were a little tight to the net, so she was trying to keep it off the net and just set it a little bit too far back.
Set for Hutzler, and it's going to be a kill for Lena Rainey. Point, Musselman, they're back within 1.
Yeah, there's a name we haven't talked about a lot tonight, but Lena's a team favorite, so when she gets going, that absolutely gets the bench fired up. She's a firecracker.
5 serving 6. Hannah Howard on to serve for the Applemen. Good dig by Neely to start the return. And then Yates, a strong swing from the back line. Great dig by Hannah Howard. It's going to have to be a free ball over, sent over by Madigan Faircloth. I said here at the net, a tip for Tamika Adams, but a great diving effort by Faircloth. Hannah Howard with the bump set, a strong swing by Faith Ketterman, and not returnable. A bit of an overpass from the back line. Point, Musselman, we're tied at 6.
Did you see the adjustment by Ketterman there? That was an out-of-system play that she jumped up, got her feet to the ball, got up in the air, arms back, and a great swing on that.
Hannah Howard on the serve, 6 serving 6. Richmond sending to the back line where Yates, a strong swing from the back line, and that'll be a kill for Skylar Yates.
Yeah, back at you. Skylar Yates says that she did the same thing that Faith just did. It wasn't, it was an out-of-system play. That's what makes a really good hitters. If you have an out-of-system play, but you can still get a swing on the ball. We've got a lot of kids on both sides of the court tonight that can do that.
Hedgesville regains the lead 7-6. Now serving is Kaylin Haught. The left-handed serve. The bump set here for Hutzler. Faith Ketterman, another strong swing into the back line. Running it down is Haught. Again, Yates from that back line able to send it over. Starting the return is Hannah Howard. Now Danica Faircloth with a strong swing after the set from Bella Hutzler. Point, Musselman.
That's the second kill for Danica right here early in this match. You can see right now that they're trying to keep her involved like she was against Martinsburg.
7 serving 7. Madigan Faircloth on the serve. This one going to get to the back line. It's going to be an ace for Faircloth. Backing out of the way with Skylar Yates. It lands inbounds. Point, Musselman.
We saw the same thing just earlier with Haley James where she thought it was out and it dropped at the very last second. Those are really difficult to read.
8 serving 7. Faircloth hitting the top of the net on the way over. Good adjustment made by Props. And that's going to be not even going to be a 4th hit. Would have been regardless. Point, Musselman. They gain the 2-point advantage, 9-7.
Yeah, again, rolling the ball off that top tape. We probably both agree there's a little bit of luck involved there. But without an aggressive serve, it wouldn't climb over. And those are really, really hard to pass.
9 serving 7 here in set 1. It's an Appleman advantage. Madigan Faircloth, 3rd serve for her. Skylar Yates, miss hit on the return, running into the net. A great effort by Props, and will they get it over? Nope, it's behind the antenna. Would have been out of bounds either way. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, Musselman's going on a little bit of a run right here now. And if you look up front with Sadie Wright, Faith Ketterman, and Danica Faircloth, they got some blockers up there too.
10 serving 7. Set here by Props. Hard swing from the back line. Great dig by Bella Hutzler. It's set here, and Hannah Howard will send it over from the back line.
Yeah.
Set here for Yates, and that one too strong, out of bounds on the swing from Mackenzie Yates. Point, Musselman, and now this is really the first run we have seen in this one, and Coach Joy Van Dyne wants a timeout for that run. It gets any bigger for the Applemen. It's Musselman 11, Hedgesville 7. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a 30-second break as well. Back with more from the sectional final. It's Region 2 Section 1 action. This is Musselman Volleyball on TV 10.
Let's talk trash, because when it comes to trash, you have options. Panhandle Dumpsters is a local family-owned garbage hauling company serving both residential and commercial customers with weekly trash pickup, dumpster service, yard waste pickup, and bulk pickups too. Panhandle Dumpsters will give you a free trash can and provide curbside service for just $23 a month. Panhandle Dumpsters features a fleet of quieter, eco-friendly garbage trucks, thereby reducing the noise usually associated with pickup. Switch now and save up to 30%. Call 833-DUMP-STR, panhandledumpsters.com.
Coach Joy Van Dyne. We are ready for action. Madigan Faircloth on the serve. Here's that serve, a spinning serve that fools Emily Neely on the diving effort. Not sure if that one would have landed inbounds or not, but close enough. She had to make a play. Great effort, but couldn't make a phenomenal, or the play she wanted on the diving effort. Point Musselman.
Yeah, I think Madigan just missed that a little bit there, but yeah, it was definitely inbounds. Uh-oh.
And that's an overpass from the back line. Point Musselman.
Yeah, this is a run early in this match that Hedgesville didn't want, but like we've talked about in pregame, they're not new to coming down from behind.
Serve here for Faircloth. That one too strong. Serving air Musselman. Point Hedgesville, and they stop what was a great run for the Applemen.
I think you would take that serve rotation for Madigan Faircloth back there with that run. That's an acceptable error after, 6-point run maybe?
Now serving is Emma Sabora. Hannah Howard pass to the front, set by Hutzler. Danica Faircloth there. That one blocked up front by Miller. This one, Ketterman on the strong swing, deflected at the net. Up there was Claire Hawk along with Paisley Miller. Goes out of bounds. Point Musselman.
Yeah, that's again looking at Faith getting her feet to the ball, her arms back, and getting a swing on that. She's killing that ball tonight.
14 serving 8. It is Caroline Shipley on the serve. A bump set here is Yates. Will again send it from the back line. Set here for Shipley, and a miss hit for Shipley. And they're going to get a double on that. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, I don't know that a call was absolutely necessary there. It just kind of went through her hand. You see that happen with setters every now and then.
It'll be Neely on the serve for Hedgesville. 9 serving 14. That serve, a low line drive serve. Hannah Howard going to send a free ball over, calling off Sadie Wright. It's set here, and a strong swing by the Turbine. Played well by Hannah Howard. Now Wright with the swing. Point Musselman.
Yeah, whether it was a kill or whether she was in the net doesn't much matter. Point out something on that. Although it's a point for Musselman, it was good to see Kelsey Turbine get up. We heard rumors that maybe she was injured, but she seemed to get up off the ground fairly easy there.
15-9. The Appleman advantage, having McCoy back in to serve. Forward to the back line, Neely will start the return. It's set here by Probst. Swing by Yates, sending it over. Madigan Faircloth there. A back bump set to Hannah Howard. A great dig by Howard after it was deflected right back into her lap. Good swing here by Walker. Great dig on that back line as well for Hedgesville. That on the swing was Danica Probst. Point Hedgesville. They're in double digits for the first time here in set 1. It is 15-10 into serve is Paige Richmond.
That was another misread there where they thought that ball was out. She probably had a good foot before it was on the line, but they thought the ball was out and she moved out of the way.
Good dig by Haley James, but sending it just about a foot in front of those bleachers on the far side from where we're located. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, aces would be something to help Hedgesville get back into this match. 15-11, it's not out of reach yet.
Serve again by Paige Richmond, and another miss hit by Madigan Faircloth. Right will send a free ball over. Set by Yates. Another set for Richmond, and a kill for Skylar Yates. Finding that back line. Nobody home for Musselman. Point Eagles.
Yeah, and this may be the magic rotation for Hedgesville. Now, I think early on when with Richmond serving in the front row they had some success, so now they're going on a little bit of a run.
And that run halted by a serving error for Paige Richmond. Point Musselman.
I must have jinxed her a little bit.
Sadie Wright, it'll be 16 serving 12 here at Klein Court. It gets almost silent before that serve for Sadie Wright. Richmond with that bump set to the back line, and Mackenzie Yates from the back line sending it over. Hannah Howard, strong swing, and can't get it over the net. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, she was looking for a spot right up there on the front row and just didn't clear the net. Just trying to be strategic with her swing. Hedgesville battling back well here.
Other than the small run from Musselman, we've really seen a lot of back and forth action so far here in set number 1. And we'll get a serving error for Skylar Yates. Point Musselman.
I go back to some of the court awareness that we see from Madigan Faircloth, where she's at on the floor in relationship to where the ball's at on her body. She's done that a few times tonight by allowing the ball to go out of bounds, and she was correct each time, and she called Haley James off on that one.
It'll be 17 serving 13. It's Bella Hutzler on to serve for the Applemen. Yates keeping it in, and now it'll be Yates on the swing, blocked by Alina Rainey, but goes out of bounds. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, and after the timeout in Hedgesville, Musselman had a little bit of a run. You can see Hedgesville kind of pushing the ball to their hitters, to their go-tos, which are the Yates sisters.
14 serving 17. Kelsey Turbin on the serve for Hedgesville. Another serving error for the Eagles. Point Musselman. Rotation is coming in is Danica Faircloth. Coming out is Haley James. Hannah Howard on the serve now for Musselman. Yates with the pass to the front of the net, set here by Richmond. And then Yates with the tip over. Great dig by Hannah Howard. And now Faith Ketterman with the free ball over. Set here at the net, and that was Adams sending it over. Set by Hutzler. Faircloth with a swing and the kill. Point Musselman.
Faircloth's having her way tonight. That's I think that's her third or fourth kill. And I don't recall seeing an error, and that was a good placement of the ball there. I think that was done on purpose.
19 serving 14, Hannah Howard on the serve. And that one not going to get over the net. Point Hedgesville, serving error for Howard.
Yeah, the Musselman's want to stop any run that Hedgesville may be able to get right here. With Richmond coming out, she's done a good job setting and serving tonight. But the front row, I think the advantage right now goes to Musselman.
It'll be Haught now on to serve for Hedgesville. 15 serving 19. The lefty gets it over. Hannah Howard starting the return. Set here by Hutzler. Faith Ketterman, strong swing. That one blocked at the net. Also a great dig by Haught. Madigan Faircloth, a bit of an overpass and an easy kill at the net for Paisley Miller. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, Miller did a good job of just going straight up on that ball and then diverting it to the left or the right with her hands. She didn't have to swing at it, just have to divert it.
16 serving 19. Haught again on the serve. Low line drive. Good dig by Hannah Howard. Faith Ketterman from the back line. Able to run it down is Neely. Set here coming up. And it'll be Yates getting the... Oh, I thought that one landed inbounds. It'll go out of bounds. Point Musselman. A little too strong on the swing by Mackenzie Yates.
Difficult to see from right here if it hit that line or not, but the line judge went up immediately as an out call. You got no response from Hedgesville's bench, so I guess I'm going to have to agree with the call.
Madigan Faircloth on the serve. It's set here for props, and a strong swing by Yates, blocked by Sadie Wright. Again, blocked by Sadie Wright, keeping it airborne. It was a good swing by Yates, and another block at the net. That one was by Paisley Miller, but goes out of bounds. Point Musselman. They have the advantage, 21-16.
Yeah, it's real important right now. This is where Musselman went on a run earlier in the match. It's real important that Hedgesville stop this and get some points on the board, or it could get out of control. The first set could get out of control fast.
Set here to Yates, and that'll be a kill for Mackenzie Yates. Point Hedgesville. They're back within 4.
That was a great swing, great placement of the ball, too.
It'll now be Emma Sabora on to serve for Hedgesville. 17 serving 21. Sort of the back line, Madigan Faircloth, the pass to Hutzler. Hutzler with the set. Faith Ketterman has that shot blocked up front by Clara Hawk, who starts the return. Set here for Hutzler.
Nice
and Danica Faircloth. Swing with that left hand and going off of what looked like Emma Sabora on the way out. Point Musselman, 22-17 Appleman.
Danica's been a huge spark for them here in this first set. And again, you know, when you get your opposite with 4 or 5 kills, I'm not quite sure which one it was. We'll get the stats in a moment. I mean, when you get your opposite with that many kills in one set, that's pretty good.
Caroline Shipley on the serve for Musselman. Little miss hit, now a free ball over for Musselman, not played cleanly by Sadie Wright. Strong swing by Addie Walker. That one blocked by the front line of Hedgesville. Now a tip by Walker, but a great adjustment made by Claire Hawk. A set here for Sadie Wright. That one blocked right back into her lap, and she's able to recover. Have a strong swing by Faith Ketterman, and this is the best volley we've seen, and it'll end in a point. Musselman on a double hit by Hedgesville.
That'll get the crowd fired up right there. You had a lot of good swings by Musselman right there. A lot of good out-of-system volleyball played on both sides from Hedgesville and Musselman.
Miss hit, and that'll be an ace for Caroline Shipley. And we have a set point upcoming, 24-17, as Caroline Shipley will try to give set one to the Applemen.
Yeah, and this kind of reminds you of the first set last week when these two met, where Musselman kind of won the first set fairly easy. So don't sleep on Hedgesville quite yet.
Yates had the tip over, blocked by Sadie Wright. Point, Musselman, set, Musselman. They take set number one, 25-17. Well, back at the studio, Eric, let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. Want to try to adjust something here real quick. So a 2-minute timeout, then we'll be back with stats and get you ready for set number two. Again, set one going in favor of the Applemen, 25-17. This is West Virginia High School volleyball on TV 10.
Here's to the people who put in the long hours, the ones who drive this community, take risks, create opportunities, sacrifice, volunteer, and stick with it every day. The ones who give their best for their business, their family, their community, their future. We love community business owners because we're a community-owned bank, and we're proud to be with you in business and in life. First United Bank and Trust, my bank.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. I believe we got our technical difficulties fixed. Hope there was no issue on the other end for everybody watching. Again, in set number one, it was Musselman getting the best of Hedgesville, 25-17. Real quick, Phil, let's take a look at some of those stats.
Yeah, what jumps out at the stat sheet right now I'm looking at, Musselman had 5 aces in that first set. Now, remember I said it looked like a lot like the first set last week when they played Hedgesville, where Musselman actually had 8 aces in the first set. But the difference here for Musselman, I think it was the play of Danica Faircloth, who had 4 kills. And Faith Ketterman, although she only had 2, but she put a lot of pressure on Hedgesville with those swings. So aces, Danica and Faith going right now, and I would imagine that at some point soon, as we've seen as the years went on, Hannah Howard will get involved here in a little bit. So Hedgesville needs to make hay while they can. And we've seen them down like this last week, and they came back to win in 5 sets. So they're not going to give up. So Musselman needs to stay on the ball.
Yeah, I think if there's one thing we know about these two programs is that one set doesn't tell you anything. Even if it is 25-17, that means absolutely nothing.
No, not with these two. Not when and especially when it comes to Hedgesville. They've shown us that the last 2 matches they've played.
Starting on the serve for Hedgesville will be Kaylin Haught. There's that left-handed serve. Madigan Faircloth on the return. A strong swing, a block up front. That was by Adams. Another set here, strong swing by Sadie Wright. That one, I believe, blocked by the net more than anything, and a strong swing on that far side kill for Faith Ketterman. Point Musselman. They get the first point here in set number 2.
Talk about putting a hole in the floor. Man, she got a hold of that. She's swinging the ball hard. We could see that in warm-ups. See how limber she is and how she gets her arms back and how she elevates. That was a good swing.
1 serving 0, Abby McCoy on to serve for the Applemen. And there is that serve to the back line. Yates starting the return. Here's the set. Skylar Yates on the swing. Too strong. Point Musselman.
Remember we talked about Musselman have a presence blocking there. You got no hand on it, but you can see because she hit it so deep, there's a good chance she was trying to hit over the block, and which is what caused it to sail out of bounds.
2 serving 0. McCoy, a low line drive serve. Good job by Neely. Tip at the net, and Caroline Shipley not able to get under it. Point Hedgesville.
No, I didn't quite get her hand out. I thought she was there, but kind of got stuck on the floor. I thought she had plenty of time to get there, but it seemed like her skin got stuck on the floor. That hurts, by the way.
1 serving 2, and it's Skylar Yates on the serve. Madigan Faircloth pass up 2. Caroline Shipley set it for Walker. Never had a chance to get over. Not sure if it hit the top of the net. Either way, there was several white jerseys ready to block that one back over. Point Hedgesville, and we're tied at 2.
Looked like Addison was a little bit early on her approach, so she wasn't quite she had to wait on it a little bit.
Hannah Howard running that one down, and now a swing by Walker, but right there was Turbin. I said here for Yates. Too strong on the swing. Point Musselman.
That's a few that we've seen go out early in this set from Hedgesville. And it could just be happenstance, but I do wonder if it has to do with the block being present.
3 serving 2, Sadie Wright. Now on the serve for the Lady Applemen. Low line drive, skimming the net on the way over. Here is the set for Yates, strong swing, but right there is Sadie Wright in the back corner. Here's the set, and a tip by Hannah Howard. A great job by Props, keeping that one airborne. Point Musselman as we get a double hit on the Eagles. 4-2, Appleman out in front here in set number 2.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I exactly agree with that call. If he's calling it that tight, it's going to be a long night.
Welcome to the joys of broadcasting. That's why we're over here, and they are the ones making the rules. Serving air for Sadie Wright. Point Hedgesville. South 3 serving 4. Kelsey Turbin to serve for the Eagles.
Yeah, having said that, it was right in front of him, so he might have had a look at it that we couldn't see from over here.
And that'll be an ace for Turbin as Haley James sent that one backwards about a quarter of the way up the wall behind her.
Yeah, and that's a common mistake you'll see with back row passers where she didn't get her shoulder dipped or dropped to have the platform angle the ball back toward the middle of the court.
Again, Turbin on the serve. It's 4 serving 4. This pass going the right direction for James. A bump set to Hannah Howard. A strong swing, but right there is Hedgesville on the back line to start the return. And with the left hand, Claire Hawk is going to get the kill off the deflection. Point Hedgesville, and they gain the lead 5-4.
Yeah, you could see now you can see in this set where Hedgesville's trying to get the ball to the opposite hitter a little bit more than they did in the first set, trying to spread that around and get other people involved.
Serving air for Turbin, and we're tied up again at 5. This is very similar to the way we saw set number 1 start. A little back and forth action. It was really one run made by Musselman that was the difference. See what it looks like here in set number 2.
Yeah, it was a run that maybe in the middle of the set with Madigan Faircloth serving, and then kind of finished the match out that way as well.
Bella Hutzer on the serve. Not the cleanest serve, but running it down was Yates. Now the set for Yates, that one deflected by Alina Rainey. Running it down is Haley James. They got to get it over, and Faircloth does free ball over. Good opportunity here for Hedgesville. Here's the set to Adams with the tip, but it'll ride the net for a few feet, and that was the difference between that one landing inbounds and out of bounds. Point Musselman.
Yeah, and that was a great hustle play by Musselman, running that down and getting back up to the net to have a presence up front. And Adams just kind of missed the ball. Looked like she went up to swing with the right arm, ended up pushing with her left.
Serve air for Musselman. Point Hedgesville, and once again tied at 6. And mentioned this in set number 1. It seemed like any time early on one team would gain a advantage, it would be a serving error that would be the demise of the other. And we're tied back up as Richmond on the serve. Haley James to the pass. Here is the set and the tip by Alina Rainey. Out of bounds, point Hedgesville.
Yeah, she got up on that quick. She was trying to find a spot over there in the corner, right in front of Paige Richmond, but it just sailed out of bounds.
It'll be 7 serving 6. Paige Richmond serving it away for the Eagles. Pass by James, a little stronger than she wanted. You could tell by the reaction. Now being sent over, and Neely is right there to start the return. Here's the set for Yates. That one, a block. Wasn't sure whether it was Faircloth or Rainey. Either way, it hits the floor. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, that deflected in a place where nobody was, and that's a tough place to deflect the ball. But they're up for the block, and again, as long as they're there, that'll weigh on them later on in the match.
8 serving 6. Set from Huxler to Hannah Howard. Strong swing, and there's Hammer Howard.
Yeah, there she goes. We didn't get to see it that much in the first set, but that's the swing that they'll need from her moving forward.
And you mentioned first set. Didn't see a whole lot of that in Tuesday's match either, so hopefully this is her getting back into a groove again. Expecting a lot from just a freshman in Hannah Howard. She is going to be fun to watch for the next 3 years.
Oh, absolutely. And she leads the team in kills, and everyone else knows that too. So she's going to be the first one the blockers go out to.
Set from Richmond to Yates, but cut off by Paisley Miller. Now Danica Faircloth, left hand, finding that back corner inbounds. Point Musselman, and we're tied back up at 8 here in set 2.
Faircloth, being a senior, she's come on at the right time last week and so far tonight with 5 kills already.
8 serving 8. Hannah Howard serving for the Appleman. There's that serve to the back line. Yates starting the return. A bump set here from Richmond to Yates, and a tip over. And a great dig. Couldn't see who got it, but called hitting the floor. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, I didn't quite get there, and that was one Musselman should have read. She, while it was a well-placed ball, she didn't sell the tip. You kind of knew as soon as she went up what she was going to do was tip it. So that was just a reading deficiency on the part of Musselman and not playing the read.
The lead is 1 for Hedgesville, past the front of the net. And then a send over, great. A pancake on the dive by Sabora. Set here from Hutzler. And there's a strong swing by Faith Ketterman, deflected out of bounds. Point, Musselman. We're tied at 9.
Yeah, again, Ketterman's getting on that ball and having her way just as well as Faircloth. So, and I don't want to say in the absence of Hannah Howard, because she's out there and she's playing and she's swinging, but with some of the production that she hadn't gotten as much as she did so far this year. But those two stepping up has been huge.
Great block by Danica Faircloth after it was a clear line for Skylar Yates on a good set by Richmond. Musselman regains the lead. 10 serving 9 is Faircloth on the serve. Set here for Richmond again, and there's Skylar Yates with the tip. But right there is the front line of Musselman. Here's the set blocked up front by Hedgesville. Believe that was Claire Hawk. If not, right there was Paisley Miller as well. Point, Hedgesville, and once again, we're all tied up 10 apiece.
Yeah, those two have really stepped up so far tonight. As far as blocking is concerned, they got some height to them, and they've done a good job of reading the setter and getting in front of the swings.
Too strong on the serve from Neely. Point, Musselman.
Real important time in this match right now. It's not early anymore. It's kind of in the middle of the match, and this is at some point someone's going to go on a run.
11 serving 10. Caroline Shipley on the serve. Set here by Richmond. Yates with the swing and the kill. Point, Hedgesville.
That's a good job of ball placement. She didn't get everything on that. I don't know that she tried to put that much power on it more than to just place the ball.
11-11 here in set number 2, and this is in the range of when Musselman had their run in the first set. Let's see if they can have another one or if it'll be a run for Hedgesville. Serving air for the Eagles by Haught. Point, Musselman, they regain the lead by 1, 12-11. And on the serve will be Abby McCoy.
Yeah, going back to this time of the match again, someone's going to go on a run. If they don't, it's going to be a really exciting set. But this is typically when you see some sort of run occur.
McCoy on the serve. This one, little air underneath it. That's set here for Yates, hitting the top of the net, diving in, and trying to keep it airborne was McCoy. Couldn't quite get to it. Point, Hedgesville, and once again, we're tied 12-12.
Yeah, that was one. It looked a lot like the Shipley dig earlier, where it looked like she was going to get there, and then the floor just grabbed her skin. She couldn't slide to it.
Yeah, nothing about that sounds like it's not painful.
Oh, it hurts.
Serve for Yates, hitting the tape. Great dig by Haley James. That's set here by Shipley. Strong swing with Neely right there on the return. Point, Musselman. And waiting to see what the call was. Never saw a call from the top. What did you see, Phil?
Net on Kelsey Turpin. So Kelsey must have gotten the net on the way up or on the way down.
13 serving 12, Sadie Wright. Again, Neely on the return. A set here for Turbin and a strong swing, but Haley James right where she needed to be. Bump set here to Hannah Howard and can't get it over. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, and we've talked about some of Hannah's production being down tonight in opposition to what it usually is. Some of that does have to do with some of the hard swings. If you notice the hard swing from Turbin, and we didn't get a perfect pass for the set to be perfect for Hannah.
Set here for Shipley Walker on the swing. That one hitting the net on the way over. Playable for Hedgesville. Yates, strong swing, but going off of Caroline Shipley out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville. They regain the lead 14-13, and it'll be Turbin on the serve.
That was a good placement of the ball, and she was actually trying to do something there. A lot of times you'll see teams go after the other team's setter, which disallows them to set the second ball and kind of take them out of their system. That was probably the initial intent, but they'll take the kill.
Set for Shipley. Over to Howard. That one staying airborne enough, able to run under it was Props. A tip over for Yates, and just trying to get out of the way before the double was Addie Walker. Did that well. Set here for Shipley. Tip over by Walker, but right there was Hawk. Now Yates, a strong swing out of bounds. Point, Musselman.
I think Lena Rainey passed one of those balls with her elbow. I don't know if you saw that. It was kind of a heads-up play. It looked awkward. It was kind of a heads-up play because she knew where that ball was. If she would have used her hand, she would have been called for a lift. I think she bumped it up with her elbow, which is allowed.
Bella Hutzler on the serve, 14 serving 14. Yates will start the return. Set here for Props. It's Yates again with the push to the far side, but Hannah Howard right there. Now a strong swing deflected off of Mackenzie Yates. Point, Musselman. Believe that was Danica Faircloth.
Yes, it was. Danica Faircloth again.
Relying on Phil for a couple of these based on our broadcast location. Right in front is hard to see. A serving error for Bella Hutzler. Point, Hedgesville, and once again, we are tied at 15.
Now this is where Hedgesville had some success in the first set with Paige Richmond back to serve. So since they can duplicate that, now tied 15-15, it's going to be real important.
Madigan Faircloth going down to keep that one alive. Set here for Hannah Howard. Hammer Howard, a strong swing. Sends it right back, and Yates is right there. Sends it over, deflecting, out of bounds. Point, Hedgesville. They regain the lead. 16, serving 15 for Richmond.
Yeah, those deep balls are really hard to play. We've seen a few of those drop in for Hedgesville and Musselman tonight where the defender just let the ball drop.
Madigan Faircloth sending it to James. James pass to the front, and that's going to be a kill on that far side for Hannah Howard.
Yeah, well, it wasn't your typical Hannah Howard swing. It was a really good job of seeing what was open and taking advantage of it and just pushing it out there.
Location, location, location.
Yeah.
16-16. Hannah Howard on to serve. A back and forth set number 2. Nobody able to gain a true edge here in this one. Set for Richmond. Right there on the strong swing. That one deflected, getting over. And now it'll be playable. A pushover for Yates. Great. A diving dig by Hannah Howard. Strong swing, but too strong. On this near side, that was Danica Faircloth. Point, Hedgesville.
And she got a hold of that, and she almost took out 2 athletic directors over there with that swing. But, yeah, she's going to keep swinging. I think that's her first error tonight.
2 athletic directors on the far side from us, Steve Campbell and Mr. Aaron Whitford. Set for Hutzler. There's Ketterman with the swing, and again, too strong. Point, Hedgesville. That one didn't miss by much, but landing out of bounds. 18-16.
No, the Musselman faithful doesn't like it, but the line judge is right there. He's looking right down the line.
Serve here for Sabora. 18 serving 16. Ketterman starting the return. Set by Hutzler. There's Ketterman again, a strong swing. That one blocked. Able to keep it in front is Paisley Miller. Yates on the tip, and Hutzler sending it right in front of us, coming over, almost running us over, but able to throw on the brakes was Danica Faircloth. Point, Hedgesville. Timeout taken by Sean Marks. We will take the 30-second timeout as well. Back with more from set 2 here at Klein Court. It's Hedgesville 19, Musselman 16.
He is the most interesting jeweler in the world. Celebrities ask for his autograph. When buying diamonds, experts ask him what they're worth. He once counted to infinity twice. He has his own astrological sign.
I may not sell every customer that comes into Bechtel Jewelers, but on the rare occasions when I don't, they often wish I had. Stay brilliant, my friends.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Still in front of their bench is Hedgesville. As we welcome you into our broadcast position, Matt Crawford, Phil McCoy with you, John Alderton, our on-site producer, Zach Van Meter, our TV10 cameraman, Eric Sterrick, is back at the studio. A crucial time here for both sides. For Hedgesville, you don't want to fall behind 2-0, but right now they have I don't want to say commanding, but they're in control of things right now, 19-16. A set for Hustler to the far side, tip over, a forfeit Ketterman with playable for Richmond. A bump set here and a push over for Yates. Set here for Hutzler and sending to the back line, but able to run it down easily is Sabora. Now a tip over, and we're going to get a point Hedgesville net on Musselman.
Yeah, she caught someone in net. I can't see the number that she's alluding to. I'll point out on that play for Hedgesville, Sabora, who's kind of their utility knife. She had a set, she had a pass and a serve all in that one rally.
20 serving, 16. Set for Hutzler. Strong swing on the deflection. Great pancake by Richmond, but Yates, he can't get it over. Skylar Yates in a good position to at least send a free ball over. Couldn't make it happen. Point Musselman. The Appmen are back within 3 at 17. Serving 20. Madigan Faircloth on the serve. Serve to the back line. Mackenzie Yates starting the return. A set here for Skylar Yates. That one deflected by Danica Faircloth. Strong swing for Sadie Wright. But right there was Paisley Miller sending it back. Point Hedgesville. They're back out in front by 4, 21-17.
Yeah, that's a name we haven't heard enough of tonight is Sadie Wright. They're going to want to get her involved. She can be dominant, so they want to get her involved as much as possible.
21 serving 17. It's Emily Neely on the serve. Running it down is Hannah Howard, and now Faircloth will send a free ball over and diving in, and a good opportunity for Hedgesville, and Skylar Yates couldn't send it where she wanted to. Great diving effort by Kelsey Turbin, also Paisley Miller, and fortunate there for Musselman.
Yeah, that was a free ball that Hedgesville should have done something with. It was almost like it was too easy and they didn't know how to react to it.
18 serving 21, Caroline Shipley on to serve, going to that far corner. It's Neely who makes contact, but it's going to be an ace for Shipley. Overpass for Neely. Trying to start the return. Point Musselman, and they're back within 2. And Coach Joy Van Dyne of the Eagles wants a timeout, doesn't want to let this lead slip away. We're going to keep it right here for this timeout. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors of Musselman Volleyball, Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, D&D Meats, Anthony's Pizza, State Farm, Dave Pippenbrink Insurance, Panhandle Dumpsters, Bechtel Jewelers, My Bank First United, WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Parsons Ford, and our title sponsor is the Marius Group.
Saw 2 opportunities there from Hedgesville, kind of giving away one on the free ball and then the second on the ace. So that's exactly how you let Musselman back in. You don't want to do that to the number 1 team in the state.
19 serving 21, out of bounds on the serve from Shipley. Point Hedgesville, and I don't think that's what Coach Van Dyne drew up, but she'll take the result.
She'll take it, and you don't want to let that happen to the number 3 team in the state, especially when you're already down. But kind of offset a race.
Kaylin Haught on to serve now for Hedgesville. 22 serving 19. Crucial part of set 2 here for both sides. Ball on the serve, good dig by Faircloth. Bump set here, and not going to get over on the swing. It was Faith Ketterman. Wanted to send it from in between that front and back line, but couldn't get it over the net. Point Hedgesville, and they're now 2 points away from taking set number 2. 23 serving 19. Again, the serve by Hawk. Good dig by Hannah Howard. Here's the set, and Sadie Wright sending it over, but right there was Haught. Yates over to Hannah Howard. Set here for Shipley. A strong swing going out of bounds, and getting the kill off the deflection is Faith Ketterman.
Yeah, it was a really good swing, and give her credit because she had put one in the net just before that. Did not slow down, didn't ease up on the aggression after that. A lot of times you'll see hitters after they put one in the net to take the safe route, or if they hit it out of bounds to take the safe route and try to tip it. She went right after it.
20 serving 23, McCoy on the serve. That one dropping in right over the net, and it's going to be an ace for McCoy off of the miss hit on the return by Mackenzie Yates. Timeout on the floor. We have a tight one. Don't go away. We're going to take the 30-second break as well. Back with more from set 2 here at Klein Court. It is Hedgesville 23, Musselman 21. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
Here's to the people who put in the long hours, the ones who drive this community, take risks, create opportunities, sacrifice, volunteer, and stick with it every day. The ones who give their best for their business, their family, their community, their future. We love community business owners because we're a community-owned bank, and we're proud to be with you in business and in life. First United Bank and Trust, my bank.
Out of the timeout, it's 21 serving, 23 and a serving error for McCoy. And now a set point opportunity here for Hedgesville. They'll serve 24-21.
Yeah, those are what the timeouts are for. Maybe put a little pressure on the server.
Skylar Yates on the serve for Hedgesville. See if she can tie things up here set-wise. One apiece here is that serve. They're just getting over. Good dig by Faircloth. Bump set here. Tip for Hannah Howard, but playable for Hedgesville. Yates with that strong swing, and it lands inbounds. Caroline Shipley backed out of the way, thinking it was going out of bounds. It lands just in that back corner. Point and set. Hedgesville, they take set 2, 25-21. Let's take a 90-second timeout, and in a minute and a half, we'll be back and give you stats from set number 2, and then set you up for set number 3. We are tied at 1 here at Klein Court. Set 1 going to the Appleman, 25-17. Set 2 to the Eagles, 25-21. We'll be back after this break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Getting ready here for set number 3. Real quick, let's take a look at some of those stats from set number 2 that went the way of the Eagles, 25-21.
The things that changed from the first set to the second set, one were the amount of aces that Musselman had. The first set they had 5, that set they only had 2. And along with they had many more serve errors than what they had in the first set. Point out for Musselman that they're going to have to get going at some point tonight. Although they're getting a terrific performance out of Danica Faircloth, they need to get Hannah Howard and Sadie Wright going. Those two lead the team. One leads the team in hitting percentage, and the other leads the team in kills. And so far tonight, they've got 2 kills each. So they're going to get them going, and I'm sure they will here soon. And
Phil, a member of this team was missing on Tuesday. Good to see Skillet back the other side of the scorer's table.
Yes, it is. She's here. She's been a boost to everybody, too. She's braving it in a wheelchair.
Here at all costs.
Yes, sir.
Supporting the team looking for another sectional championship. Would be their first after not getting the title last year since 2017. Goes McCoy on the serve. Turbin beat it over, but Hannah Howard there, an overpass, and a good job by Caroline Shipley just being at the right place at the right time. Good swing by Walker. Point Musselman, and they're fired up already. Addie Walker getting everybody fired up here. 1-0 to start set number 3.
That was a tremendous job by Addie Walker. That was an out-of-system play that she saw an opportunity to get up and get a swing on the ball.
1 serving 0 on the serve for McCoy. Set here for Turbin. Too strong. Point Musselman.
Yeah, again, blocks. You know, those are they'll weigh on you after a while. Musselman's done a good job tonight of getting in front of them anyway.
2 serving 0 on the serve for McCoy, and that one too strong. Point, Hedgesville. Quick rotation. Good crowd here at Klein Court tonight. Now, last Tuesday we were here for the exact same match in the regular season. It was Tadpole night, so a little more crowded, but still a phenomenal crowd here for the sectional championship. Set here for Shipley. Sadie Wright with a swing over, but playable for Hedgesville, and then Yates just going to send it to that back line over. Set here for Shipley. Hannah Howard with the tip and the kill. Point, Musselman.
That was a good job of recognizing that block up in front of her and that the defender was too deep to play that tip. She sold it. She got her elbow back and sold that tip. It was a good job by Hannah Howard. Wasn't her typical kill, but it still counts.
3 serving 1. Sadie Wright on the serve. Low line drive. Yates starting the return. Richmond with that bump set over. Yates a strong swing to the back line, but Haley James right there. Set for Shipley to Howard. That one blocked, but a good dig by Sadie Wright. Another set to Hannah Howard, and she knew exactly where she wanted to locate that ball. Back corner, nobody home for Hedgesville. Point, Musselman. They have the advantage 4-1 here to start set number 3.
I want to give, we talked a lot the other night about doing the small things, and especially with Sadie right there. Sadie's not having a night she'd like to have at the front row, but she was there for that tip. That was a big, great job by Sadie Wright.
4 serving 1, Wright on the serve. Set here from Richmond. Yates with the swing and kill on that far side. Diving over was Caroline Shipley, not able to make contact. Point, Hedgesville.
She's done a great job this evening hitting it right down that line. Going after the blocker, going after the setter, going right down that line.
Serve for Skylar Yates. It's 2 serving 4. Hannah Howard going to start the return pass to Shipley. Set here for Walker. A swing to the back, and right there is Skylar Yates. The back set here for Turbin. But right there to start the return is Shipley. Again, a bump set from Faircloth to Howard, but playable for Hedgesville. Set here as that one is blocked on the far side. Getting the kill is Mackenzie Yates. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, good job again by Mackenzie Yates at 2 in a row that she's gotten out of this rotation. Her sister up serving, dishing out good serve. She's doing good swings.
Skylar Yates on the serve. Hannah Howard. A pass to Caroline Shipley, who sets it for Howard on the tip. Diving effort by Paige Richmond, but can't keep it airborne. Point, Musselman. They have the advantage 5-3 here in set number 3.
This different side of Hannah Howard we're seeing right here in this set. That's 3 kills from her, I do believe, all 3 on tips.
Yeah, not quite the hammer Howard we're used to seeing. 5 serving 3, Bella Hutzler. On to serve for the ladies in green. Diving effort for Neely to start the return. Now a tip over for Yates, but out of bounds. Point, Musselman. And they've doubled up. Hedgesville so far early in set 3, they hold the 6-3 advantage.
That's good court awareness by Madigan Faircloth again.
Serve for Hutzler. That one's staying a little more airborne. Set for Richmond to Yates, and a strong swing back across the court. A diving effort by Haley James. Can't get there. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, well, she went last 2 times she went down line. That time she went all the way across the court. It was a good swing, good placement.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve, 4 serving 6. Haley James starting the return, wasn't happy with the way she hit that one. Actually going off her chin before being sent over. Bump set here for Richmond. Yates on the swing, but blocked up front, Lena Rainey. Sent back to Hutzler, who will start the return. A set for Hannah Howard, but that one blocked up front by Tamika Adams. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest job of Musselman covering her hitter right there, but it does make it difficult when you're hitting the ball that far off the net. Makes it a little bit easier for the blockers.
Turbin serving, 5 serving 6. That one hitting it down on the way over, but Hannah Howard able to get underneath it. Set by Hutzler to Howard. That one blocked. Danica Faircloth able to keep it alive, and that one, good stop by Phil McCoy. But out of bounds, point, Hedgesville.
I think a little miscommunication there between the 2 freshmen with Hutzler and Hannah Howard. That second ball, maybe Hutzler was expecting Hannah to jump up and get a swing on it, but she was in the midst of transitioning.
Good dig by Haley James off the serve from Turbin. Set here by Hutzler to Hannah Howard. Now, good job for Hedgesville in an effort play. Just getting that one back over. Rainey on the swing to the back line. Turbin right there. Bump set for Richmond. Yates on the swing. Rainey with the block. Hannah Howard on the dive in. Thought she got the pancake after coming in was Madigan Faircloth. They're going to say it hit the court first. Point Hedgesville, and a little run for the Eagles. They now have the lead, 7-6. They're on a 4-0 run.
That's a big hustle play right there by Hedgesville.
A bump set here for Hutzler. Lena Rainey with the push over. Tip at the net. That was by Yates. Set here across the court for Hannah Howard. And that one going too strong off of Skylar Yates, coming all the way back across the net. Landing right in front of us, out of bounds. Point. Musselman, we're tied at 7.
We'll point out a well-rounded game by Danica Faircloth there. She's not a setter, but she was forced in a situation where she needed to set that ball. She set it all the way across the court. It was a little bit far off the net, but it was a good set. No spin on it. Good set.
7 serving 7. That's Yates going to try from the back line. Sends it over, playable. That's a free ball over now off the forearm of Madigan Faircloth. Set for by Richmond, and a kill for Mackenzie Yates again, coming back across the court. Point Hedgesville, they regain the lead. It's 8-7 Eagles.
Yeah, and the bad thing is you're thinking right now the success that Mackenzie Yates is having on that front row right here early in this match. As soon as she rotates off, her sister's coming right back in and up to the front. She's got just as much power.
8 serving 7, Kaylin Hall on the serve. Madigan Faircloth starting the return. A set here to Faith Ketterman, who gets the kill, and a ball that I don't think she put everything on, just making sure she got it over. And that's going to be a point. Musselman, we're tied at 8.
Yeah, just trying to make it a little difficult. I don't know if it landed in or not, but someone from Hedgesville got a hand on it.
8-8. Madigan Faircloth on the serve now for Musselman. There's that serve. Good dig by Yates. Bit of an overpass into the net. That's going to turn into an ace for Madigan Faircloth, and Musselman regains the lead 9-8.
I think we've been here all 3 sets. At this point in the match, it was 8-9, 9-8, 10-10, 11-11. All 3 of these have been tight.
9 serving 8. Faircloth on the serve. Running underneath it was, I believe that was Props. And sending it over. Couldn't see who got it on that far side either way. It's going to be a kill for Hedgesville. and a point again. Hedgesville. It was Yates on the kill, 9-9.
That was Yates again. It's I haven't really been counting, but it seems to me that she's had 5 kills here through her front row rotation there.
Serve here for Sabora. Hannah Howard starting the return. Bump set here for Hutzler. Sending it over was Ketterman. Push to the back corner, but too strong for Skylar Yates. Point Musselman. They regain the lead 10-9.
Yeah, I saw what she was trying to do there. She was trying to go deep, grab that back line. It was just a little bit too much. I appreciate the thought that what she was trying to do was a good idea.
Serve here for Caroline Shipley, hitting the tape on the top of the net, but now playable for Hedgesville. Good block up front. Faith Ketterman, Sadie right there. Point Musselman.
They did a really good job getting their hands turned back into the court on that as well. You see a lot of those that block off and go out of bounds. They did a really good job of getting around.
Neely with the bump set. Yates from the back line setting it over. Set here to Sadie Wright from Shipley. Good dig by Props. Too strong on the return. Point Musselman. They're out in front 3-12-9.
Yeah, and that was the second time that they've tried. A good timeout by Coach Van Dyne. Second time they tried to go deep on it. It just went too far.
Timeout taken by head coach Joy Van Dyne. Let's take the 30-second break as well. Back in 30, it is Musselman 12, Hedgesville 9. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery. Anthony'sMenu.com.
Ask her for a kid play for Hedgesville. She knows the pancakes turn.
Welcome back in to Klein Court. 12 serving 9. Caroline Shipley on the serve for Musselman out of the timeout. There's that serve to the back corner, and Yates is there to start the return. Skylar Yates on the swing. Hannah Howard able to run it down. Bump set here for Walker. Tip over at the net. by Sadie Wright. Point, Musselman. Diving effort by Mackenzie Yates, but couldn't get there before the ball hit the court. Point, Appleman.
That was a good job by Sadie. Her initial thought was to send that over as a free ball, but she did a good job of getting her arms up and placing it as a tip.
Too strong on the serve for Shipley. Serving air for Musselman. Point, Hedgesville. And they're in double digits, still down by 3. 13-10. It'll be Neely on the serve for the Eagles.
Real important here for Musselman to reduce any runs that Hedgesville may have and keep this momentum going.
Bit of an overpass from Faith Ketterman. Addie Walker trying to run it down, but taking her right into the net. Point, Hedgesville, they're back within 2. It's 11 serving 13. Neely again on the serve for the Eagles.
Again, fine line between a perfect pass and one that's just a little bit too tight.
Going to the back line, Hannah Howard, a bit of a miss hit, but Madigan Fairclough able to run it down. Bump set to Faith Ketterman. Strong swing, and Mackenzie Yates right there. Starting the return is Skylar Yates. Will send it to the back line, Hannah Howard. Starting the return, strong swing by Faith Ketterman. That one blocked at the net, but Hannah Howard able to run it down. Tip by Sadie Wright. And now lucky for Musselman if they just get it over, and they do. A set here as a pushover for Yates. Great diving effort by Faith Ketterman. Another good dig by Hannah Howard. All effort right here. Swing by Turbin and miscommunication on that back line. Caroline Shipley, Hannah Howard, both right there in position. But I think both thought the other was going to get it.
Yeah, those out-of-system plays, those hustle plays, those diving plays are fun to watch. It gets the crowd going, but it doesn't have the power and the aggression like what Hedgesville just had. It was almost like a wasted effort there.
Out of bounds on the serve. Serving air for Yates. Point, Musselman.
So Hedgesville did a good job of closing that gap and not letting it get away from them. So they want to continue on. They're only down by 2 right now.
14 serving 12. McCoy on the serve for Musselman. The back line starting the return is Yates. It's set here for Skylar Yates. Strong swing, good dig by Madigan Fairclough. Set here for Hannah Howard. That one deflected at the net, and it'll come right in front of us. Great effort on that far side by Emily Neely, but too strong on the pass. Point, Musselman, they're back out in front 3, 15-12.
Seen a lot of Hannah Howard this set, whether it's swinging or tips.
That one just a bit too strong on the serve from McCoy. Point, Hedgesville, now back within 2. It'll be 13 serving 15.
Yeah, she's trying to go deep. That's her 3rd error of the match serving. It's a serving specialist, but she's trying to go deep, and some of those are selling out on her.
Paige Richmond on the serve, 13 serving 15. Madigan Fairclough will start the return. Set here from Shipley to Hannah Howard. And now Neely on the return for Hedgesville. Strong swing for Yates, but too strong. Point, Musselman.
Now Sadie Wright back to serve right now. We saw her with a couple of good covers back when she was back there earlier, but she's also got a dangerous serve. So if she can get an ace right here, that would be huge.
Serve for Wright. Crossing up Yates a little bit, but playable. Strong swing from the back line, an overpass now for Sadie Wright.
What a heads-up play.
And then on the return, it is Mackenzie Yates. Too strong on the swing, out of bounds on the far side from us. Point, Musselman.
We talk a lot about Lena Rainey, how she does things that doesn't show up in the stat sheets. That was one right there. She was up in the air ready to play the overpass from Sadie Wright.
17 serving 13 for Sadie Wright. Good dig by Neely. Overpass again by Neely. And at the net going into was Paige Richmond. Point, Musselman. They're out in front 5. It's 18 serving 13.
That was another play by Lena Rainey, just aware of what was going on with the ball and where it was at. She did a really good job there.
Serve again for Sadie Wright. In a groove right now for Musselman. Mackenzie Yates will start the return. Set here for Richmond. Skylar Yates with the kill going off of a diving Haley James. Point, Hedgesville.
Looked like the block wasn't quite in time right there, but, man, you can't let her swing like that. She's got a powerful swing. She can put a hole in the floor herself.
14 serving 18. Skylar Yates on the serve for Hedgesville. Playable, Haley James the pass. Caroline Shipley the set. Addie Walker with the kill. Point, Musselman.
That was a really good shot by Addie Walker there.
Walker a little slow to get up.
Yes, came up limping a little bit there. She's okay, though.
Says she's good either way. Rotation will get her out, and for her will be Bella Hutzler. It'll be be 19 serving 14. Hutzler on the serve. Timeout taken by Hedgesville before the serve. Let's take the 30-second break as well. Back with more from set 3 here at Klein Court. It is Musselman 19, Hedgesville 14. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
Welcome back into Klein Court. It's 19 serving 14 here in set number 3. We're tied at 1 here in this match. There's Bella Hutzler on the serve. Set for Richmond to Yates. Tip over. And that'll be a point for Hedgesville as they're going to get a net call. I believe it's on Lena Rainey.
Yeah, I think she put up the 11 there. I couldn't see who it was. They're confused on who it was, but
saw one put up by one of our officials.
I did too.
The only person with a 1 in the green jerseys is Lena Rainey. And a serving error on the ensuing serve. Actually, they're going to call that an ace, and nobody liking that call one bit. Although that serve coming when everybody was still trying to figure out who that net call was. Point Hedgesville on the ace by Kelsey Turbin. 16 serving 19. Turbin again on the serve. Serving error for Turbin, hitting the net, not getting over. Point Musselman.
Yeah, and it's kind of go time right now for Hedgesville. They've got to do something. They don't want to get up to 22-23. Well, they've only got 16.
Hannah Howard on the serve, 20 serving 16. That serve to Neely, who's going to start the return, set by Richmond. Yates on that far side. Strong swing, but blocked by Lena Rainey. Also over there was Danica Faircloth. Not sure who was the one to get it, but both were in a great position to make a play. Point Musselman.
I'm going to go by the reaction of Lena Rainey that she's the one that got that. She gets fired up.
21 serving 16. Howard again on the serve for Musselman. Yates pass up to the front, set by Richmond. Mackenzie Yates on that far side with the kill. Another one right down the line. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, now early on in this set, she had her way up there, especially going line. She went line a few times, and then she came across court a few times. They're going to need that kind of performance from her right now.
It'll be Kaylin Haught with the serve for Hedgesville. It's 17 serving 21. The left-handed Haught with the serve. Hannah Howard. Pass up to Bella Hutzler. Set for, I believe that was Faircloth. Now a push over and bump set here for Faircloth again. Now an overpass. Great effort on the back line for Hedgesville. Another block, and getting the kill is Faith Ketterman.
Yeah, while they were there for the block, it was just the pure power of that swing that caused it to land. If it was too soft, it would have came right back over. But they kind of drove their arms back. That was a good swing.
22 serving 17. Serving error for Faircloth. Point Hedgesville.
Yeah, they're going to hang in a little bit now that Mackenzie's off the front row, so they're going to need something from Skylar, younger sister, on the front row. Both of those two were all-area players.
18 serving 22. Sabor on the serve for Hedgesville. Pass here for Howard. A bump set and a tip over with the left hand that didn't get close to the net. Miss hit for Danica Faircloth. Point Hedgesville. They're back within 3. 19 serving 22. Emma Sabora on the serve. Again, pass for Howard. Set by Hutzler. Faircloth again. Strong swing and the kill for Danica Faircloth. Point Musselman.
Big move right there going back to Danica Faircloth. They've had so much success with her today. So they're looking for her when things get tight.
It'll be 23 serving 19. Caroline Shipley on the serve for the Appleman. There's that serve. Yates will start the return. Set here for Skylar Yates, but blocked at the net. Sadie right there along with Addie Walker. And a set point opportunity here for Musselman. They have the 24-19 advantage. Shipley again on the serve for the Appleman.
Yeah, we talked about some of the advantage of the 6-2 offense, and that's one of them right there. You have more of a blocker up on the front row with the 6-2 offense.
Serving error for Shipley. Point Hedgesville. And it'll be Neely on the serve, still set point. 20 serving 24. The libero Neely with the serve. And that one, an ace for Neely. Backing out of the way was Howard and Fairclough. Point Hedgesville, they're within 3, 24-21.
Been a lot of those tonight, those deep balls that they thought were out that actually landed in. From both sides, there's been a lot of those.
21 serving 24. Neely on the serve. Ketterman will start the return. A set here for Ketterman. Big Yates able to start the return now for Hedgesville. Set for Turbin. Strong swing. Good dig for Caroline Shipley. Bump set for Walker to Ketterman, and now a tip over for Sadie Wright. Just getting over the net. Good dig for Wright. Now a set for Wright in the swing, and that one will end up out of bounds. Good effort by Turbin, but it's a point. Musselman set. Musselman, they take set 3 the same way that Hedgesville took set number 2, 25-21. We'll have stats from set 3 and some match sets for you as well on the backside of this 90-second break. Right now it is Musselman up 2-1 after taking set 3, 25-21. Back in a minute and a half. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
The EPAN Travel Volleyball Club would like to wish the local high school volleyball teams good luck with their 2019 season. We look forward to seeing all players ages 12U through 17U at our 2020 tryouts in November. The EPAN Volleyball Club has been West Virginia's leader in travel volleyball since 2001. The EPAN Volleyball Club is affiliated with the Chesapeake Region Volleyball Association and AAU USA Volleyball. Tryouts are usually held at Musselman High School. To register, email epan2@gmail.com or go to www.epanvbc.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Welcome back into Klein Court. I want to thank TV 10 office manager Sherry Dieter Davis for tuning in, and glad we could teach her some new volleyball terminology. Claims to be a volleyball mom, but glad that you and I could introduce a pancake to her, Phil.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is a volleyball term. I think because of all the hubbub on Monday mornings about me trying to sneak a term in on you, she thought that I'd done it, but pancake is volleyball terminology, and most of the time you'll hear it in practice, but pancake is a volleyball terminology.
Set 3 going the way of the Appleman, 25-21, and now it's Musselman in the driver's seat, just 1 set away from bringing a sectional championship back to Inwood. They were sectional champions in 2013. I think that's starting in 2011. You can even go back to 2010. Just look at the sectional championships across the gym from us. In 2008, so 2008, they started the run that wouldn't end until 2017.
Yeah, a little redemption, because last year, actually in the sectionals, Hedgesville beat them in the sectionals right here. Musselman came back and won the regionals, but they beat them in the sectionals right here last year. Now we've seen Hedgesville down 2-1. Just a couple nights ago, they were down 2-1 to Spring Mills, and they're not going to fold. So I wouldn't expect them anything less but their best effort right here.
You have some stats for us from set number 3?
I do. Set number 3 looks completely different than 1 and 2. Musselman only had 1 ace, but opposed to 5 serve errors, but they won that match on the courts. They had a lot more kills. We saw Hannah Howard involved a lot more with 5 kills, leading Musselman with 5 kills. A lot of those on tips, but still kills. So they had 12 kills for that set. So we saw Musselman win it different than what they did the first set.
Paige Richmond will start off with a serve for Hedgesville in what could be a deciding 4th set. Set for Shipley across the court to Faith Ketterman, but playable for Hedgesville. We'll get a whistle before the return. We'll get a double on Hedgesville. Point Musselman.
Yeah, and that's a difficult set for someone who's not a setter trying to set it that far away. It's just the setter's hands it would take for that to go all the way across court.
Abby McCoy on the serve for Musselman, and that one too strong, and Phil rolls his eyes. Although we've been told that doesn't come up at the dinner table.
No, not at all. But yeah, she's trying to go deep, and you can see it. It's not actually a bad serve, but she's just trying to go deep, and they're selling out of bounds on her.
Yates on the serve. Faircloth able to start the return, and now free ball over for Hedgesville. See if they can take advantage. Set for Richmond. Turbin on the swing, but Madigan Faircloth able to run it down. A push over for Sadie Wright. Set for Yates to her sister, Mackenzie Yates, who gets the kill. Skylar Yates to Mackenzie Yates. Point Hedgesville, and they take the lead 2-1 here in set 4.
And that's really when Hedgesville's been successful in these rotations right here with Mackenzie up front. They've been really successful tonight.
Serve for Skylar Yates. 2 serving, 1 miss hit for Hannah Howard. Addie Walk able to run it down. Caroline Shipley, free ball over. Richmond with the set to Adams with the tip, but Hannah Howard right there in good position. Set by a Walker, tip over for Hannah Howard, but Mackenzie Yates right there. Now a set for Yates, and again right down the line with the kill. Point Hedgesville, they're in front 3-1.
Yeah, exactly what Hedgesville wanted to do early in this match is go up quick.
It's 3 serving, 1. Skylar Yates on the serve for Hedgesville. There's that serve for Yates. Pass by Faircloth. A set here, and the tip for Sadie Wright, but Richmond right there on the return. Set by Shipley, tip over for Walker, but Turbin right there to start the return. Bump set here to Yates, who sends it across the court, but Hannah Howard this time in good position. Now Howard on the swing. Neely with the pass up to Richmond, who sets it to Turbin. Good block by Sadie Wright, but goes out of bounds. Point Hedgesville. That was a very good volley back and forth. Good volleyball right there. Timeout on the floor.
Yeah, Sadie's going to want to get turned into the court a little bit. She blocked it out of bounds, get her arms turned back into the court. Difficult ball to play, but like I said, it was a good volley. Neither team really swung with all their power right there, trying to be more conservative and preserve errors.
We're going to keep it right here as we have a timeout on the floor. Want to remind you that this is our last broadcast, no matter what, for the season. With the obligations we have for high school football and Shepherd University Ram football, we will not be able to carry the regional round and will not be able to follow any team from the Eastern Panhandle to the state tournament. So this will wrap up our coverage of Musselman volleyball for the 2019 fall. But we are far from over here in the sectional championship, Region 2, Section 1.
I thought that was a good timeout by Coach Martz. He's not one to call a lot of timeouts, but here early in this set, that was a good timeout.
And a serve error for Yates, and similar to what we said for Coach Van Dyne when she called a timeout back in, I believe it was set number 2, not the result the result you wanted, but not exactly how you drew it up out of the timeout for Coach Martz.
In a way, you do kind of want to ice the server a little bit.
Serve here for Wright. Neely pass up to Richmond. Bump set here to Yates, who has that shot. Not sure it was blocked by Rainey, but if it would have gotten over the net, Rainey would have been right there. So either way, point Musselman.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a blocker in the net. Either way, outcome's the same.
3 serving 4. Serve for Wright, and that one a serving error for Wright. Point Hedgesville. They're back out in front by 2, 5-3.
Yeah, Musselman after the first set, and they served fairly well in the second set, but the serve errors are coming to get them here in the third and fourth.
5 serving 3, Turbin on the serve for Hedgesville. Hannah Howard, pass up to Shipley. A set again for Hannah Howard, and that one a hammer Howard swing. Good dig for Skylar Yates. Sent that one all the way back across, out of bounds the other way back across the net. Point Musselman.
Yeah, there's the hammer Howard we've been looking for. And up there in the stands, you see a big hammer that they had brought. Her little brother has it right now, so I don't know that he noticed what just happened. I think he's supposed to be swinging that hammer for her.
Right now, it looks like he's on his phone more than anything. Richmond with the set. A bump over for Adams. Set by Hutzler, and there's a tip for Hannah Howard. Great. A diving effort by Paige Richmond, and now trying to send it over with the left hand was Hawk, and could not get it over. Tough angle for her to make a play. Point Musselman, we're tied at 5.
Yeah, and I can't fault her for trying to make that play because of where the dig ended up.
Neely with the pass up to Richmond, set here for Yates, and a tip over again back across the court. We have seen a very versatile day for Mackenzie Yates. We've seen the strong swings going right up the line, but she can also slow things up and send a tip right back across the court, and that's what she did there. Point Hedgesville.
That was a good placement of the ball, and you can see that's exactly what she wanted as soon as she went up to jump.
Haught on the serve, 6-5. Hutzler to Hannah Howard, the swing. Benely right there. Set here for Mackenzie Yates. Good dig by Haley James. Howard sending it to the back line where Yates is right there. Miller sending it over on the tip, and a point. Hedgesville. What'd you see, Phil?
I think she called it on Lena Rainey yet again. I saw a 1 anyway, and she's the only one with the 1 on her jersey up there.
Makes it a little easier to make that call.
Yeah.
7-5. Kaylin Haught on the serve, and a serving error for Haught. Point Musselman, they're back within 1. Faith Ketterman coming in for Haley James.
Yeah, if I'm Musselman right now, I want to keep Ketterman going. She's swinging well tonight.
6-7. Hannah Howard on the serve, and a serving error for Howard. And back out in front by 2. Now is Hedgesville.
Yeah, and those serving errors are going to come back to get them at some point. They've had a lot early here in this 4th set. You can't have those beat the number 3 team in the state. Sabora on the serve for Hedgesville. Set for Hutzler 2. Danica Faircloth has that shot blocked by Yates. And then up at the net was Paisley Miller. Point Hedgesville. Now Musselman's hanging in. They went down 4-1 early and haven't really made up any ground since, or if they have, they've lost that game. So they need to close this gap soon. Serve for Sabora. Another serving error. We've seen, I believe, 3 in the last 4 serves here in set number 4, and Musselman back within 2. It is 7-9, and it was 4-3, and then a little run for Hedgesville here in this 4th set. Faircloth on the serve. Good dig by Yates. A set here's Miller. Sends it to the far side, but Hutzler there to start the return. Bump set here. Ketterman with a good swing, and this one going to go out of bounds. Able to run it down, but it's going to be 4 hits. Paisley Miller the last to touch it. It was great effort by Emily Neely running it down in that back corner, but not able to send it across. Point Musselman. They're back within 1. Another good swing by Ketterman there. Faircloth on the serve. A set here. And now it's going to be an antenna as you see that one rocking on the far side above our official on the ladder. Point Musselman. We're tied at 9. Yeah, it looked to me like that set just took her a little bit further out than what she would want to go with it. 9 serving 9 here in set 4. Madigan Faircloth on the serve. Neely with the pass up to Haught. Here's the set for Skylar Yates. Good block by Sadie Wright. And Yates will send it over on the tip. Good pancake by Hannah Howard. Now free ball over. See what Hedgesville can do with it. Haught on the set. Another good block at the net by Sadie Wright. Point Musselman, and they gain the lead 10-9. Yeah, this rotation is working out well from Musselman with Sadie Wright and Danica Faircloth up front. They're dangerous blocking. Timeout taken by Joy Van Dyne of Hedgesville. We'll take the 30-second break as well. Back with more from set 4 here at Klein Court. It is Musselman 10, Hedgesville 9. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hips kind of hit before your knees, and you just kind of slide your hand underneath of it.
Little shop talk as we welcome you back into Klein Court. Getting some technique here from the volleyball expert of the group, Phil McCoy. Again, Matt Crawford here with you, Phil McCoy, John Alderton, our on-site producer, Zach Van Meter, our TV 10 cameraman, Eric Sterrick, back at the studio. Set here for Haught. Miller with the swing, hitting the net on the way over. Here's a set for Danica Faircloth. Strong swing block by Skylar Yates, out of bounds. Point Musselman.
She did a good job of getting up in front of that ball, but again, she didn't get turned into the court and able to angle that block back inside.
11 serving 9. Madigan Faircloth on the serve, doesn't get over the net. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, we've seen a lot. We keep talking about it. We've seen a lot of serve errors, but when you're two aggressive serving teams, that's what they do. They serve aggressively. Those aggressive serves lead to bad passes, lead to free balls, and that's what they're trying to accomplish. But you do see more errors with aggressive serving teams.
Neely on the serve and another serve error, and that is something that has stood out here in the fourth set.
Yeah, serve errors on both sides.
Some rotation subs coming in will be Caroline Shipley on the serve, 12 serving 10. Here comes that serve for Shipley. Good dig by Neely for Hedgesville. And now Yates just going to send it over. Set here for Sadie Wright on the kill, deflecting off of Haught on its way out. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, and if they get her going, they've got Hannah Howard going in the last set. If they get Sadie going right now, they could be dangerous.
13 serving 10. Shipley again on the serve. An overpass here that Haught has to run into the net. Is able to get the bump set backwards, but Paisley Miller sends it out of bounds. Point, Musselman. They're out in front 4. 14 serving 10.
Yeah, at one point it was 9-6 or 9-5. We talked about how Musselman couldn't keep any ground, and they've been on quite the run since.
Free ball over for Musselman. See if they can take advantage. Set here for Shipley. Strong swing, but out of bounds off the right arm of Faith Ketterman. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, real important here for Hedgesville to get a few points out of this.
Yeah, big rotation for the Eagles. Paige Richmond on the serve for the Eagles. 11 serving 14. There's the serve for Richmond. Overpass by a Faircloth, and now a free ball sent over by Hannah Howard. Set for Richmond. Adams with the strong swing and the kill for Hedgesville. Point, Hedgesville. 12 serving 14, upcoming Richmond again on the serve.
That was a big one. That's a name we haven't said in a while. So to get Tamika Adams going would be a huge plus for Hedgesville.
Yeah, she was a crucial member of the team last Tuesday when we were here in that regular season match. Haven't called her name nearly as much here in this sectional final. Set here for Ketterman. Set to the back corner, Richmond going to start the return. Now Yates standing to the back line. Pass for Howard. Here's the set for Wright. And a double on Musselman. Point, Hedgesville. They're within 1. 13 serving 14.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit anxious right there. They saw that what they were trying to get to, getting Sadie involved, and just didn't get her hands right.
Serve for Richmond. Hannah Howard. Pass to Shipley. Set for Ketterman. And a strong swing that's going to deflect off of Mackenzie Yates about 6 rows up into the stands. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, again, she's got some power on that swing tonight. And you could see it in warm-ups when she was getting up and getting on the ball. She was dialed in.
15 serving 13. Abby McCoy on the serve. This one a floater going to the back line, and Mackenzie Yates is in a good position to make the play. Send it out of bounds. Ace for McCoy. Point, Musselman.
Yeah, those balls that float like that they're hard to play. You can't really see it from the side, but from the back of the court, you can really see it.
Serve for McCoy. Again, going to Yates. Good pass here for Yates. Set for sister Skylar Yates. Point, Musselman.
I couldn't see because of the post in the net that must sailed out of bounds. Trying to go cross court, grab that line.
And it did sail out of bounds. I was thinking initially it was deflected out of bounds. It was clean. 17 serving 13. Serve for McCoy. And that's going to be an ace for McCoy. It was a pass for Neely. Trying to set up Turbin, it looked like, coming in for the set. With nobody home, it dropped right in the middle of the court. Point, Musselman. And it's a 5-point advantage here in set 4 for the Applemen. 18-13, timeout on the floor. We'll take the 30-second break as well. Back with more from set 4 here at Klein Court. It is Musselman 18, Hedgesville 13.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
Welcome back into the TV10 dance party. John Alderton digging the music. Apparently he's a single lady on this Thursday night. Hope Patrice knows that.
We weren't on air for the best play of the night.
18 serving 13. McCoy on the serve out of the timeout. Set for Richmond. There's Skylar Yates on the tip. That one blocked at the net. I think it was Walker making contact with that ball on its way over. Point, Hedgesville, they're within 4. It'll be 14 serving 18. Skylar Yates on the serve for Hedgesville.
Yeah, they need to get something going here. It's starting to slip away from them a little bit, down 2-1.
Serve for Yates. Pass for Howard. Is set now back to Howard, and Hammer Howard with a strong swing. And point Musselman. Was a little delayed on the call, whether that one landed inbounds or out of bounds. It's a point for the Applemen, and they're back out in front by 5. 19 serving 14. It'll be Sadie Wright on the serve now.
Yeah, that won't help Hedgesville at all to get her going, and I think her little brother needs to get that hammer up out of the stands there and swing it a little bit.
Again, nose deep in a phone right now. Sadie Wright on the serve. Good dig by Neely. Now free ball over for Musselman. See if they can take advantage. Here's the set here for Howard on the tip, but Richmond able to run it down. Set from one Yates to another, and a great dig by Caroline Shipley. Lena Rainey with a bump set to Hannah Howard, who sends it over. Now Yates on the swing, but a good block at the front of the net by Rainey. Again, a good dig by Haley James in the back line, but couldn't keep it airborne enough. Point, Hedgesville.
Good job by Hedgesville playing that out. It's hard to beat a team that won't quit, and they wouldn't quit on that rally.
Kelsey Turbin on the serve, 15 serving 19. Hedgesville, not a lot of wiggle room left in this one. A bump set here to Howard, strong swing. Skylar Yates right there. Set from Richmond to Mackenzie Yates, has that blocked. Again, Yates trying to send it over on a back set from Tamika Adams. Didn't get over. Point, Musselman, and they're the first to 20 here in set 4. It'll be 20 serving 15. Bella Hutzler on the serve for the Applemen.
Yeah, and I don't know if Coach Van Dyne has a timeout right now. Probably, if she did, I would have used it right now. Some of the body language is starting to slouch some for Hedgesville.
Richmond on the set. Mackenzie Yates on the swing, blocked up front by the front line of Musselman, and Yates too strong, trying to go back across the court. Point, Musselman, and you can see the wind starting to come out of the sails of the Hedgesville Eagles, except for on that far side, libero Emily Neely trying to keep her group fired up. 21 serving 15, and a serving error for Hutzler. Point, Hedgesville.
Yeah, this game isn't over yet. You know, Hedgesville's been down, and they've come back before. Keep that body language up, positive attitude, and make it a match. But right now, Musselman's got them against the ropes.
It'll be Kaylin Haught on the serve for Hedgesville. Haley James, bit of an overpass into the net, but a playable Rainey with the kill, is just trying to at least send a free ball over to keep it alive. And that's a point for Musselman, 22-16, as it'll be Hannah Howard on the serve, trying to close it out for the Applemen, trying to get a sectional title after a one-year hiatus. Last sectional title here in Inwood was 2017. 22 serving 16, Howard on the serve. Neely, good dig to keep that one alive. Set here to Mackenzie Yates, blocked by Danica Faircloth. Push over and a good opportunity here for Musselman. Set for Hutzler. It's Faircloth with the left hand. Point, Musselman. I believe we're going to get a net call.
Yeah, net on Paisley Miller. All I saw was a 4, but she's only for process of elimination. She's only 4 up there.
23 serving 16. Howard on the serve. One to the back. Neely going to start the return. Set for the Haught, and Paisley Miller had to go back for the tip attempt. Couldn't get it over the net. Point, Musselman, and this is a set point and a match point opportunity for the Applemen, as the sectional championship plaque has just been put down to our left by Athletic Director Steve Campbell. 24 serving 16. Hannah Howard on the serve. Neely with the pass, set by Haught. There is Yates on the swing. That one blocked. Rainey able to keep it alive. Set here for Faircloth, or make that Ketterman. Now send over, and that's going to be a kill on that front line for Danica Faircloth. And your sectional champions here in Region 2, Section 1 is the Musselman Applemen. They take set number 4, 25-16, winning it here at Klein Court, 3-2. 2-1. In set one, it was Musselman 25-17. Set two went to the Eagles 25-21. In set three, the Applemen returned the favor 25-21. And in set four, 25-16. Again, your sectional champions of the Musselman Applemen. We will get the reaction on the backside of this break as they will get that sectional championship plaque given to them. Again, after this 90-second break, we'll break down this one and close out our coverage of Musselman volleyball for this 2019 season. Back in 90 seconds, this is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
He is the most interesting jeweler in the world. Celebrities ask for his autograph. When buying diamonds, experts ask him what they're worth. He once counted to infinity twice. He has his own astrological sign.
I may not sell every customer that comes into Bechtel Jewelers, but on the rare occasions when I don't, they often wish I had. Stay brilliant, my friends.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Here's to the people who put in the long hours, the ones who drive this community, take risks, create opportunities, sacrifice, volunteer, and stick with it every day. The ones who give their best for their business, their family, their community, their future. We love community business owners because we're a community-owned bank, and we're proud to be with you, in business and in life. First United Bank and Trust, my bank.
Welcome back into Klein Court. Your sectional champions in Region 2, Section 1 are the Musselman Applemen. We will have an interview with head coach Sean Martz and a player coming up here in just a few seconds. But first, your initial thoughts on what was another phenomenal match here for the Musselman Applemen, Phil.
Yeah, you kind of saw them get into the groove, and credit to Hedgesville. They're not finished with Hedgesville yet. They'll be back here Saturday. But the effort, the way they swung the ball, that 6-2 offense kind of worked out well. So, that was Musselman volleyball. And, to a point, that was Hedgesville's volleyball. I'm sure they're not pleased with the outcome, and they'll get a chance to atone that this Saturday.
Well, let's go ahead and get our player interview here. A sectional champion, and it's Alina Rainey. First of all, congratulations. A sectional champion. What does that mean?
Oh, it's great. It means that we're automatically in regionals, and we were already automatically in regionals for Martinsburg, but it's just a better status for us.
Well, what does it mean for you guys to get the win against rival Hedgesville?
Oh, it's great because we did not do very well in our last game with Hedgesville, so it's a great way to prove them wrong that we can actually do this.
Yeah, and speaking of prove them wrong, Alina, I want to add, can you tell everybody exactly what prove them wrong means? I've heard you guys chant that throughout the year.
Prove them wrong is we lost a lot of our great seniors last year, and we had a lot of upcoming new players, so we just wanted to prove them that we could still win without our great players, because we are still great players.
Absolutely.
I know you just said those great seniors last year. You're one of those seniors this year. Do you hope that's kind of moving down the line and you're kind of instilling that winning mentality in these younger players?
Yeah, we are. We're still trying to bring that winning status. We're still trying to bring the competitiveness still with us and keep moving on with winning. That's what our goal is.
Great job, Lena.
Thank
Lena
you.
Rainey, a sectional champion for the Musselman Applemen. Now, when he gets a moment, we will hear from a victorious Musselman head coach Sean Martz. Coach, congratulations. Another sectional title here in Inwood.
Yeah, thank you. It was a tough fought battle. Hedgesville put up a good fight. It's always tight when we have this in-county rival, so it's good to see you come out and get a win on the home court again.
After not getting the sectional title last year and it going to Hedgesville, how big is it to get it back in Inwood against those same Eagles? It seems like every year it's going to be one of the two, but it's still a rivalry game nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't know if last season meant much. I mean, it's just good to always get a win here at home in postseason. We're just trying to win and try to look sharp going forward.
Coach, one of the biggest differences between tonight and the last time you guys played Hedgesville is your offense with the 6'2" opposed to the 5'1". Do you think Addison Walker up front and Caroline Shipley being able to come in and set, was that a big plus for you, especially on the blocking side of it?
Yeah, I think we got some touches on some of their shots, and I think it rattled their outside heads a little bit. They're pretty outside dominant, so I thought putting a bigger block in front of them in 3 of the rotations helped for sure. And Caroline said much better tonight, and I thought our offense was a little bit smoother than it has been.
And on the other side of the region, you've seen Washington a good bit this year. You haven't seen Hampshire. What do you know about them, if anything?
Honestly, I don't know anything about Hampshire. We haven't seen them, haven't seen any film on them. I know they've beaten some good teams. I know they beat University, and they played some other teams pretty tight that are really good. So if we match up with them first round, we expect it to be, we're certainly not going to take them lightly. It's going to be a challenge, I'm sure.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the sectional title, and keep winning and bring home a state championship.
Hey, thank you very much.
Head coach Sean Martz of the sectional champion of Musselman Appleman. Welcome you back into our regular broadcast position. Matt Crawford, Phil McCoy here with you. Again, our TV 10 cameraman for today was Zach Van Meter. Our on-site producer was John Alderton. Back at the studio was Eric Sterick. Again, another sectional championship coming back to Inwood after last year it went to Hedgesville briefly, but again from 2008 to 2017 this section has been dominated by the Musselman Appleman. Absolutely, and they're right behind them. We're not going to forget about Hedgesville. They're going to come back here. They've got a bad taste in their mouth, but they know in the grand scheme of things their route to Charleston lies in the first round when they play either Washington or Hampshire here Saturday. So they still have their eyes on the prize. They expect no less than what Musselman does. They want to win a state championship. We're going to take one more 90-second timeout, and when we come back, we will talk about what is next for this Musselman team coming up on Saturday. Again, one opponent that they're used to seeing, and really of the 3 that are left, 2 that they're used to seeing. Don't know much about Hampshire, as you just heard from Sean Marks. We'll set up what comes next for these Lady Applemen after this 90-second break. Again, winning 3-1 tonight. It was Musselman over Hedgesville. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on TV 10.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
As a mom, when I'm making dinner for my family, I want the best and healthiest food for them. That's why I get my meats from D&D Meats. Their meats are fresh, locally sourced, and hormone-free, chemical-free, and antibiotic-free. D&D Meats is also family-owned, so I know when I go in with a special request for my large family events that I'm going to get treated just like family. D&D Meats, located across from Musselman High School at 8488 Winchester Avenue, Inwood. What are you feeding your family tonight?
Welcome back into Klein Court. Pictures being taken to our right with the sectional championship plaque. Again, for some of these girls, it is a first taste of what is a long tradition of excellence here at Musselman. And for seniors like Lena Rainey, who we just talked to, it is back with the winning ways of getting that sectional championship, which sets up the regional round that will be right here at 10 o'clock on Saturday. And Phil, we do have a final from Section 2, and fill us in on what that looks like for coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, Hampshire just defeated, I got a text message, Hampshire just defeated Washington 3-0, so they beat them in straight sets. So Coach Marshall just talked about Hampshire having some big wins. That would be one right there. They won in straight sets. So at 10 a.m. on Saturday, Musselman will play Washington here, and Hampshire will play Hedgesville, probably in the smaller gym over there. And the winner of those 2 matches will meet here for the region championship. Those 2 in the region championship will also go to Charleston. So assuming that and it's a big assumption because Hampshire's been impressive, that Musselman and Hedgesville, if they prevail, they would be here Saturday in the second match.
Looking forward to that, and we will try to keep you up to date on our TV10 Facebook page. But as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, this is going to wrap up our coverage of Musselman Appleman volleyball for the fall of 2019. And Phil, it has been a pleasure watching from the beginning of the season, early September, all the way up and through this sectional championship round. It's been fun watching this dominant program from start to finish, seeing the younger players progress throughout the season and knowing this is not where they want to finish their season. And this is just a stepping stone trying to get that state title for the first time since 2015. But right now, I think playing their best volleyball at the right time and taking steps in the right direction. We've seen that evolution right in front of us each Tuesday from September until now.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've had a good season. Again, they've had their ups and downs, but they've had to work through some injuries, some people finding their roles. But everybody on that team has contributed in one way or another. They've helped them win matches throughout the season. That's a tight-knit group, and you could hear, as Lena was saying, the prove them wrong mantra that they started with earlier in the year. The perception was because they lost 6 seniors that have been there, done that, and that they had to replace 6 people. The perception was that maybe they wouldn't even be standing here today. So they've been going along with that, with prove everybody wrong, with the chip on their shoulder. So we're starting to see some of that come to fruition right now.
We want to thank all of our sponsors for Musselman Appleman Volleyball this fall: Eastern Panhandle Volleyball Club, D&D Meats, Anthony's Pizza, State Farm Day, Pippin Brink Insurance, Panhandle Dumpsters, Bechtel Jewelers, My Bank First United, WVU Medicine Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Parsons Ford, and our title sponsor, the Mirius Group. So that is going to wrap up our coverage for this season. For everybody that has helped us out this season, a big thanks to Coach Martz and Athletic Director Steve Campbell here at Musselman, all the folks around the Eastern Panhandle that have welcomed us in to call and put these very talented ladies all across Berkeley and Jefferson County on our TV 10 airwaves. All right, that's going to do it for us here today, reminding you that in 4 sets, it was Musselman getting the sectional championship here tonight in set 1, 25-17. It was the Appleman set 2, the only set that Hedgesville won, 25-21. Set 3, 25-21. Set 4, 25-16. And that sets up the regional round on Saturday. It'll be Hedgesville, Hampshire, and Musselman, Washington. Phil, anything you want to say in closing?
No, thank you guys for letting me be a part of this. It was something new for me. You gave me feedback throughout the year to help make it tolerable for people listening to us. So I appreciate it. I hope we get to come back next year. I think it was big for the area. It was great for girls' sports to kind of get them out there and put them on a pedestal some too.
Looking forward to it next season. That's going to wrap it up from Klein Court for us tonight. Reminding you 3-1 was Musselman getting the win over Hedgesville. This has been Musselman Appleman Volleyball on TV 10.